Kings and queens, jits, kids, and teens, I am back with that. It's Foolassskye, and today we got y'all favorites back in the office. Now, as said in my previous video, we will not be taking any sides. We will be looking at all the evidence provided to us. And since Tip, Tiny, and the alleged victim, Sabrina, are all digging into the past, we will do the same. So first thing first, Sabrina accused T.I. of putting a gun to her head a few years ago. Today on live, while proving he was intelligent, black, and innocent, he never denied those accusations. Although he skipped over that topic, it was reported that Sabrina was caught posting fake T.I. and Tiny victims. One false victim even took to her social media to brag about it, which I believe she should be jailed. It's no laughing matter, especially with our generation lacking common sense, because when one person go around making false accusations, those who move off ego and emotions and not logic tend to label all victims liars.
If Tiny would pay some attention, she wouldn't be even into it right now with Tia. She's looking for attention. She wants Tiny. She obsessed with Tiny. Like, she wants Tiny to be her girlfriend. Now, listen, this is my thing. If it came out, the Tip pulled a gun on her, right? How do we change from Tip not the victim no more? Tip is the victim, and Tiny now is the legend. How do we go from that? So she done got mad at Tamika for taking up her husband. Here go the whole thing. She has a problem. She ain't talked about nothing about how she Tamika and Tip. I said what I said. Why she ain't talking about how she done sucked his dick and fucked her and her pussy? Why we ain't talking about that? Let's get into it. Yeah, y'all want to talk about that? Get into it. I'm trying to figure out why she ain't told y'all how much pussy she done ate. Why she ain't told y'all about she wanted the women who used to go recruit them for them. What's up? Hey.
So Shekinah Shakana, Tiny best friend, accidentally spilled one of the accusations. So it was rumored that T.I. had Tiny going out scouting minors to bring them back to Tip. But according to Shekinah Shakana, Tiny's best friend, Sabrina, was one of the scouts. So here's a question to Sabrina. Were you their recruiter? Are you upset because they kicked you out of their coach? Yes or no? And Tip, here's your question. Have you ever laid in bed with any minors, consent or no consent, as an adult?
I want to be clear about one thing. Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted. However, evil has no gender. Now, what we're not going to do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this. Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it. We ain't never forced nobody. We ain't never drugged nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We ain't never made nobody do anything. We ain't never trafficked anything.
So here he emphasizes adult and consent. So basically saying, yes, me and my wife, we sleep with other women, adult women. Yes, we do drugs. And no, we have never forced anyone to do drugs, because anything we like, they like.
Who say y'all wild?
Tip.
How were you when this happened? Like, what year was this?
I was 16, and this was, I want to say, was it 2011? I know because the only reason I know it was 2011, and Tip had just, I think he just got out of jail, or he was just about to go to jail. One of those, because I remember the guy talking about it.
That they, you got paid and you had to sign something?
Yeah, so basically to shut up, the dude paid me $12,000.
So one alleged victim accused T.I. of sheltering the men who drugged and raped in his presence. She says after they were done, T.I. joked about the situation.
I ain't never raped nobody. Never raped nobody. Also, I'm going to tell you what's factual. I'll tell you what's factual. There have been fake stories put up that blog sites anonymously sent to this person. And what this does is it dismantles the mechanism that women have created for themselves. You can't weaponize something with baseless claims. These are not stories of actual events. They're not.
And I'd like to correct him to all the kings and queens out there with stories, whether you want to tell it 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, take your time. And just because a few people decide to make false accusations, that does not make your story invalid.
Also, I pose you a question. How you gonna be a victim and an attacker at the same time? How are you being victimized if you are violently attacking someone?
Now, look, I don't know if this dude's saying, look, she attacked me, so I pulled my gun out and pointed it to her head. Or if he's saying, look, you cannot be the victim when you're all over social media attacking my character. Because if it was number two, I'm going to just say this. That manipulation tactic was sorry. Please try again.
I also want you to know it's evil at play. I'm talking about evil. I'm talking like, evil. And there's been a history. We've had a history in dealing with the particular individual in question. And we can't just, weaponize social media to take down people who have families and who communities depend on. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about who have done everything that they can to uplift and help to evolve our communities. We can't.
T.I., you said you cannot use social media as a weapon, but you've done it on several occasions. Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, Donald Trump. What's her name? Oh, yeah. Your daughter. Two, you gotta let this voice for the people stigma go, King. You are simply the voice for your people and people like you. People on your playground worship you, but the world doesn't.
Any woman out there who's going through things, who have gone through things, if you have a story, and you should come forward. You should, but don't lie, cause that tear the whole vehicle down. Don't lie. Don't lie. The truth is what needs to be heard. The truth. And I can deal with the truth all day. But at some point, man, it has to be some sort of, it got to be something that happens if you come and make baseless claims that are false about somebody that have a negative impact on them, their livelihood, or their freedom. Something got to be done about that. But I was built for this. I was born to be in this position. I was born to be in this position. To face pressure.
Now here's what I think. Sabrina is using her I am a black woman card to get her point across. Now look, her sweetheart, darling, love. Why not are you so big on stressing that you are a black woman? Because you are eating off the everyday struggles of black women. You are stressing that so desperately in hopes that black women gather around and be done with T.I. I got one last question for you, Sabrina. Had you not been kicked out of the cult, would you be speaking up for these alleged victims? Yes or no? Sabrina, you are suspicious. All three of y'all are suspicious. Y'all got y'all own dirt that y'all are hiding under y'all shoes. Sabrina, the reason you know so much about this situation is because you was having fun too. But of course, that's another story for another day. Tiny, you basically told on yourself when you started deflecting. Being that your husband is very persuasive, very great with his words, why didn't you let him type your lie up for you? And T.I., every time you get caught up into some mess, you want to bring God into it. That's your way of controlling the people. You must have learned that from Asa. Now, I wouldn't say that y'all are completely guilty, but y'all aren't completely innocent. You know, what goes in must come out. Sabrina, sorry you got a gun pointed to your head, but you played a part in their cult life. I'ma hush her. Y'all just tap in, make sure you like this video, leave a comment. We're gonna wait until everything comes out as one before we move forward with any other statements. I love y'all. Thanks for the support, and I'm out.